I follow you on TikTok and I enjoy your content and your videos so much, and I would love if you could advise me on my situation. Okay, my ex that I have been doing long distance with got mad at me. Your ex that you've been doing long distance with got mad at you. Okay, so you guys are exes and you guys are in a long distance relationship. So what are you guys, boyfriend or girlfriend? And girlfriend, like you can't be in a situationship with your ex. Like it never turns out well. It's not a big deal at all, but it's important to him that I respect that. To him, I respect that. So he wants him to respect his anger towards you. Let me keep reading. He completely ghosted me and stopped responding to all of my calls and messages. I know that you say no contact is the answer always, and I stopped texting him, so we're doing no contact for 3 months now, but he is avoidant attacher, and he has a hard time responding to my emotions most of the time. So, okay, my love, look. So, I'm hoping this is not your explanation as to why he's ghosting you. I hope, because a lot of the times, there's something about the male weakness. When somebody shows weakness to you, like a vulnerability, like maybe they say they're depressed, or maybe they say they're an avoidant. When somebody that we like a lot ghosts us the way that this guy does, we tend to rationalize his ghosting to say that he's ghosting us not because he doesn't like us, but because he has an attachment style problem.
When you suspect you are in the presence of an infector, don't argue, don't try to help, don't pass the person on to your friends, or you will become enmeshed. Flee the infector's presence or suffer the consequences. Keys to power. Those misfortunates among us who have been brought down by circumstances beyond their control deserve all the help and sympathy we can give them. But there are others who are not born to misfortune or unhappiness, but who draw it upon themselves by their destructive actions and unsettling effect on others. It would be a great thing if we could raise them up, change their patterns, but more often than not, it is their patterns that end up getting inside and changing us. The incurably unhappy and unstable have a particularly strong infecting power because their characters and emotions are so intense. They often present themselves as victims, making it difficult, at first, to see their miseries as self-inflicted. Before you realize the real nature of their problems, you have been infected by them.
But because he's just depressed and stressed out, and that's why he goes to me. It has to be that. So rather than go to the most logical conclusion, because when we like someone, when we're in love, we lack critical thinking. It's a normal thing. It happens to me. It happens to every single person, ladies and gentlemen. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We are more prone to believe the lies that our minds tell us. Our mind has a confirmation bias. And that confirmation bias is that I want to believe that he likes me, because the alternative means accepting that he doesn't like me, and that means I'm going to suffer.
To hold an idea and convince ourselves we arrived at it rationally, we go in search of evidence to support our view. What could be more objective or scientific? But because of the pleasure principle and its unconscious influence, we manage to find the evidence that confirms what we want to believe. This is known as confirmation bias. We can see this at work in people's plans, particularly those with high stakes. A plan is designed to lead to a positive, desired objective. If people considered the possible negative and positive consequences equally, they might find it hard to take any action. Inevitably, they veer toward information that confirms the desired positive result, the rosy scenario.
And I don't want that. So we will do a lot of mental gymnastics, a lot of mental backflips, cartwheels, spinneroonies, all to go to the conclusion that he likes us so that we can feel better about ourselves. But the problem is that it puts us in a position where we end up chasing people who don't deserve our attention. He has a hard time responding to my emotions. I really love him. Okay, you see? And I know he cares about me, but it seems like he completely continued with his life without me. You know, like it's okay. Let me keep reading. It hurts so bad every day. My question is, should I go to LA? I'm in Europe right now. Wait, what do you mean you should go to LA? Hey, I'm trying to get the visa for a couple months now so I can go and work there. Where he works, where he lives, and see him. There you go. That's what you want. It's not that you want to work to see him. You know, it's not that you want to work, you want to go see him. I do not know where he is, so I would have to ask some of his friends. My love, look, I would love to give this another try. Because he is not just a boy, and I can't stress this enough. I really think I won't be able to get over him just like that after all this time. 4 years talking. Thank you in advance. Okay, there's a lot to dissect there, my lovely individual, all right? Please understand that when I talk to you, it is not me being mean. It's just me giving you some hard love right now because you need it at this moment in time, all right? You need to face reality at this moment. Listen, man, listen. You're breaking a lot of cardinal rules here, okay? All right, look, okay, I don't know where to start here. First of all, you guys are doing first of all, you're in a situationship with your ex. If an ex is gonna come back to you, motherfucker, he better promote you. He can't just, like, he can't demote you. Like, he can't just say, hey, ex, let's be friends with benefits. Let's be, like, what did you say? I'm doing long distance with my ex, and I have been doing long distance. Okay, so it's an ex of yours, but that's my thing, is that I'm sorry, people, ladies and gentlemen, you can't go back to your exes. You could go back to people who you guys were, you know, friends with benefits perhaps, but to an ex, it doesn't work out often. It just doesn't work out. In fact, it's almost like remarrying someone who you divorced. It's almost like that. If it didn't work the first time, a lot of the times it's not gonna work the second time, but let's keep reading. And then you say that he got mad at you, right? He got mad at you, so he seems like he is trying to provoke a breakup, right? Because from that getting mad at you, he completely ghosted you. And this is what tends to happen to you when a guy that you like pulls away. It makes you start chasing harder, and it makes your mind go crazy. Watch what he says about this.
Retreat in the face of a strong enemy is a sign not of weakness, but of strength. By resisting the temptation to respond to an aggressor, you buy yourself valuable time to recover, to think, to gain perspective. Let your enemies advance. Time is more important than space. By refusing to fight, you infuriate them and feed their arrogance. They will soon overextend themselves and start making mistakes. Time will reveal them as rash and you as wise. Sometimes you can accomplish most by doing nothing.
Like, that's unacceptable. Like, that's unacceptable. And stop responding to all my calls and messages. So that means you call them all night, call them all day, texting him. God knows what you were begging for him to contact you. Please call me back. Like, you know, and he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care.
Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave, create value through scarcity.
Like, he saw your messages and doesn't even have the decency, the humanity, the politeness to at least say it's over. Like, this guy it's rude, first of all, for him to do that. Let's just be honest with you. It's a rude thing to do. Especially somebody who loves you, especially somebody who you have a history with. You don't just ghost someone like that. That's so disrespectful. So first of all, I want to say, you know, I'm sort of, you know, I'm sorry you went through that. Even though this situation was preventable, you know, I still can't kick you while you're down. So I really am sorry you went through that. That must have been really painful. it must have really sucked that you just had to like go through that emotional turmoil, because God knows it feels worse when you're long distance, because it's one thing for this to happen and you're at least able to see them face to face. It's another thing for this to happen and you can't even confront them. You can't even say, hey, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like, you can't even have that physical contact with them, you know? So it's like, it's at a distance, so it's more torturous. So I get it, like it hurts. And sometimes the gravity of it, because it hurts so much, it makes it harder for you to get over, because you want to scratch that itch, you know? Like, you want to scratch that itch and you can't. So because of that, it's been 3 months. I stopped texting him, so we are doing no contact. No, it's not that we're doing no contact. He's doing no contact, my love. I'm sorry. Like, you're not doing no contact. He's doing no contact. He's doing no contact, not you. You're the recipient of it. My love, listen to me, ma'am. Nobody that does this respects you. It's that simple. I'm seeing again, people, thank God his name is not Alex, and you're forgetting that there's other people out there. You're getting, and this is what this is, it's just your ego. Your ego got hurt. And because of that, you want to make sure, you want to redeem yourself. But a big portion of it is your ego, and yes, you do love him, I get it. That also adds to the fact. But it's one thing for you to love him, it's another thing for your ego to be hurt and fragile. And that makes it even harder to get over people like him. So first of all, understand that you are in love with someone that does not love you back and doesn't care about you. Let's just put that out there. And you're saying, should you go to LA? You better. Can't do that, okay? And stop. And don't you dare and ask his friends. Don't do that, okay? Please don't do that. Please don't. She look obsessed. Like you can't do that, okay? Please don't do that, all right? Like, you have to accept that this is over. I'm trying to sound nice. I'm trying not to sound mean, man. You know, I'm trying to be nice, Alex, okay? So you know, I would love to give this another try. Look, my love, listen to me. Oh God, listen, man, listen. I'm trying to find my words here. We're not doing pillow talk right now, people, so I can be a little bit more I can be more, you know, a little rougher, you know what I'm saying? You know, no pillows behind me right now. Look, listen, my love, you gotta get over this, okay? Like, you gotta get over this. Like, this guy's not good for you. You would love to give this another try. You can't. It's over. It's over. All right. The sooner you understand this, the quicker you'll get through. I know it's gonna hurt the first few months, but you got this. You could get over this. You have the faculties. Your body was meant to deal with this type of trauma. You could get over this. Give your body the chance to process it with time. But you could get over this. It's not the last time you're gonna meet someone that likes you back and that you like. Just remember that. It's not gonna be the last time you're gonna meet someone that likes you back and that you like them back. It's not gonna be the last time. You don't have to worry about that. You will find someone that likes you the way you like them again. I can promise you, you just found the one that doesn't like you back. And you can't focus on him. You gotta keep looking forward. Just keep looking forward. I know you wanna look back, but just keep looking forward. I know it hurts, but just keep looking forward. If you look back, you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. Just keep looking forward. You're gonna get over this. I know it doesn't feel like you're gonna get over this, but you will get over this. I can promise you. It's just gonna take a while. I know you will. You don't believe it, but I believe it. You have something called your human brain. This brain, if you give it time, you get over these types of situations. I can promise you, it is evolutionarily wired to get over these things. But when you keep looking back, you keep starting at square one. Get over this and just keep looking forward and block them. Move on. You will get over it. It took me 2 years to get over a girl one time, man. If I got over a chick, and it was funny, you know, it's funny. I was going through that same situation where she was long distance and she broke up with me over long distance, and that hurt, man. That hurt. I remember that. I remember seeing the sunshine and not processing the sun shining. I remember hearing things and not being able to hear it. Tasting and not being able to taste. Touching and not being able to touch. Feeling and not being able to feel. I remember that. But these are things that you have to go through as a person to grow as a person. That's how you come out stronger. It's like an animal that you kill and it comes back stronger. That's how your brain is. It becomes anti-fragile. You develop an anti-fragility. You develop a certain tenacity. And if you want to get over this quicker, you want to at least start practicing a meditation practice. You got this. Trust me, you got this. But look, if you want to get him back, all right, let me show you how to get him back, man. You're like my niece asking me, how do I roll a joint? You're like, look, goddamn it, look, I don't want you to smoke weed, but you want to learn how to roll a joint? All right, let me show you how to do it, okay? Look, when he comes back to you, the only hope that you have, boo-boo, the only hope that you have is that when he comes back to you, you can't take him back the same way you did with this. You can't take him back so quickly. And I'm afraid that as soon as he comes back, you're just gonna go back to him. Like bowing down, genuflecting, like that's what, I hope you do not do that. Look, man, if you wanna do this correctly, you can't do that. You cannot do that and tell people you watch my channel. That's a big no-no, okay? So the only way for you to do this is to follow the steps that I'm about to tell you carefully, all right? This is toxic, all right? Because the reason why I say it's toxic is not because you're gonna be hurting him or manipulating him, but it's because you're doing something that is not worth it, in my opinion. But since you asked this question, I'm gonna give you the answer. And we're not telling you practice meditation to help you overcome this breakup. That's what you need, a practicing meditation practice. And if you guys want to learn how to practice meditation, you guys can, Google how to meditate or purchase my online course, Emotional Mastery, which is what right now $199. You can click on the description down below. It's a 6-week meditation course that will teach you, get out of here, sorry, you gotta kill you. That will teach you all of the strategies that I know on how to on how to master your emotions, to overcome attachment styles, to overcome breakups, to become more emotionally resilient, to overcome neediness. Like there's just so many benefits to becoming more emotionally resilient that if you just master this through this course, you're not gonna master it in 6 weeks, but I can promise you that after 6 weeks, you're gonna look back at your life and realize how it changed, completely changed, because I believe in these strategies. And the way I teach meditation is nothing like you ever heard before. I know that for sure. And if you don't like it, if you don't like the first 2 weeks, just get your money back instantly. Like, trust me, just get your money back, all right? So click on the description down below. I'm closing the channel. Look, what you gotta do is this, man. The next time he comes to you, you gotta let him know, look, dude, like, if he does hit you up, you gotta wait a while. Like, you gotta wait for him to double text you and to call you with the same level of intensity as you called him.
Do what your enemies do, following their actions as best you can, and they cannot see what you are up to. They are blinded by your mirror. Their strategy for dealing with you depends on your reacting to them in a way characteristic of you. Neutralize it by playing a game of mimicry with them. The tactic has a mocking, even infuriating effect. Most of us remember the childhood experience of someone teasing us by repeating our words exactly. After a while, usually not long, we wanted to punch them in the face. Working more subtly as an adult, you can still unsettle your opponents this way. Shielding your own strategy with the mirror, you lay invisible traps or push your opponents into the trap they planned for you. The narcissist effect.
Like, he has to show you, because if you just take him back as soon as he comes to you, he's gonna do the same thing to you. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna ghost you again. People never do things just once. He's gonna do the same thing. Like, I'm worried that you're gonna get hurt again. So if he comes back to you, make sure that you put up some resistance. You cannot just take him back all willy-nilly. That's just not a good look, okay? Please. So after that, after you take him back, after he hits you up, which he's gonna hit you up, not him, not you. And if he doesn't hit you up, then I'm sorry. That's the only way this is gonna work out. That's your only hope. And when he does hit you up, and he says, baby, I wanna work it out, I'm sorry, then you're just gonna have to tell him, I don't like the way things ended. You're gonna have to make it up to me. You're gonna have to make it up to me. And this is the part that you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be scared that if you tell him that, he's not gonna wanna make it up to you. I know that. I know for sure. I know that's what's going through your mind. And unfortunately, if he doesn't make it up to you, you can't take him back. If he says, I ain't doing shit, then you know what that means? That just means he doesn't value you enough to pay the price. Because if he says, okay, then I'll make it up to you, then you're gonna have to tell him, look, man, you're gonna have to lick my ass. That's not a metaphor, people. Do I shower? I don't know. Find out yourself. You're gonna have to lick my ass. That's not a metaphor. And now, if you're too afraid of doing that, the reason why I say to do that is because, first of all, if he's an ass muncher, don't do this, okay? Then you're just doing him a favor. But the reason why I say it is because first, we're in the petty zone right now, people. We're in the petty zone. This is the place where I tell you don't get to this point. But if we're gonna be here, we gotta play dirty. And I don't advise this, but she's asking me the question. If he doesn't want to do that, first of all, it shows you that he's not willing to do anything to be with you. But if he sounds too optimistic or too happy to do that, then you might wanna, if you feel like that he likes that kind of stuff, then don't change it, don't do that. Make him write a 5-6 page letter why you should take him back. And make him write it and send it to you. Make him write it and send you a photo of it as well, with no mistakes. Make sure you let him know there's no mistakes. Like, you gotta make sure that he pays a price for playing you because he fucking ghosted you, man. I'm sorry. He ghosted you, so he has to pay some kind of price. And that's what I would do, or make him pleasure you in whatever the way you want to be pleasured. I don't fucking know, man, but you got to make him pay a price in order for you to take him back. And if he doesn't want to pay that price, then in his mind, he feels like you're not worth that price. Like, I hate to say this, man, but it is what it is, man. Like, you're putting yourself in a position, by you not being willing to walk away, you're putting yourself you're handicapping yourself. Right now, you should be focusing on looking forward, and I understand this hurts, and that's why you're looking backwards. But I'm hoping that with time, when you realize your worth, because I see your profile, you know, you seem like a nice person, man. You really do. You could do so much better than this. Like, but I understand the illusion of the mind makes you hung up on him. I get it, but like, that's the only way to do it. And I know it doesn't sound healthy. I know it doesn't. It sounds toxic. But you know what? When you're trying to make something work that's not meant to work, you pretty much get in the petty zone. All right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to check out any of my courses, there's a lot of new people on. Oh, before we begin that, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, click on the description down below. We're doing a seminar in London at the end of July. And also we're doing a few seminars in the United States this year and next year. You can see the dates here. And if you guys ever want to work with me or check out my courses, we have, for people who are new here, we have 2 courses that I could promote to you guys. One is the Psychological Game of Attraction. It's a course for single women. You can see it right here. You can see the reviews. And the other one is Natural Chemistry. You can see it right here. It's a 5-week course on how to develop natural chemistry with your partner. It's a healthy course, no toxicity. You can click on the description down below to purchase it as a bundle for $150 or purchase them individually for $99. Okay, so I'll see you guys later. Take care.